To all of you who stand up for animal rights. Hey, it's Anya and Matej, like Glivars.
Hello, hello.
And we wish you a wonderful, wonderful new year, that all your dreams may come true and that you're very, very successful.
So what we're doing right now is trying new things, and we're gonna react to our videos that we did this year, last year actually, in 2022. We did quite some things, and they're very connected to also what we're gonna do in the future, what our projects are, what we are working on and so on. So stay tuned to learn some new skills. No, actually I'm gonna learn some new skills, but stay tuned to be part of what we are up to, and you can of course be part as well. So Anya, should we show to people what we did?
Yay!
Well, the first thing I'm gonna make us a little bit smaller because I think it's better that you see more. But from now on, we're gonna start with this footage. Anya, what was that?
Yay! That was crazy. We were in Vegan Camp Out last year, and we absolutely wanted to show our footage, rough cut of footage of a documentary that we're working on. Maybe you heard about it. We got married.
Everyone heard about it.
Everyone heard about it, and we filmed it so we can make really a compelling, amazing documentary out of it. And we want to get people on board, and so we absolutely wanted to get on the stage in Vegan Camp Out, which normally is booked ready a year in advance. So, oh my God, we had to harass this lovely guy that you saw before. What was his name? I don't remember.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
But good,
Let's not go
he
there.
was amazing. And yeah, in the end, we managed to get on the stage and to show our footage out of the program to people. That was really amazing. And also we had literally only 1 hour to prepare the talk. And we were two minds, two different ideas, and it was really...
Basically, for a couple of hours, a couple of days, we were really working hard to get on stage, which was, of course, not announced. But then we went there, we had I think 5 minutes all together. We got this done. We met a lot of people afterwards. It was amazing. And of course, we got a big applause that you cannot see because the footage is not the best. But, this is just one part of these things that happened last year. For example, this is the second one. We were also in Slovenian television when they interviewed me actually to give a statement about what's happening to the animals in the slaughterhouses, because you know that we sometimes go to the farms and we show what's happening there, and some people in Slovenia went undercover to Slovenian slaughterhouses, and they show the footage from there, and then you could really see what happens there and how bad this is and so on. Of course, it's not better or worse. I know it's just killing, but still, we were having this conversation, and this was actually pretty huge deal in Slovenian language, and I'm actually pretty happy that this went out because it went in a pretty good way and pretty viral, and people saw it, and they're still talking about this. And of course, we're talking about animals who don't have anyone else to talk about but ourselves. And here, Anya did something special.
Yeah, I went to a school to kids to talk about veganism. I think they were 12-year-olds, and my presentation was 45 minutes plus 45 minutes Q&A, and it was really, really cool because they were very open. Of course, there were also quite some, not very serious questions and making fun of veganism, and also some offended ones, but in general, really very, very open kids, and they never thought about it. And even one girl, she came to the teacher and said that I'm her hero and her idol, and I think it was amazing. And also mainly people who know me maybe a bit longer, they know that I was very nervous speaking in front of people, mainly in schools, and so...
She was awesome.
That was really, really great opportunity, and yeah, for sure I want to do this again.
I was there, I was just listening because it was in German. I don't speak German yet, but it was wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
It was amazing.
Amazing, yeah, really good one. The next thing that we did last year, for example, that we wanted to show you is the following. This is Anya singing in the studio.
Context.
Yeah.
Us singing. Why is this connected to activism, actually?
Ooh.
We sang this. Matej surprised me when we were recently a couple, and I made a video for him later for the wedding. And yeah, this was part of it, and it's a bit out of excursion, and we want to show it to you.
You can hear.
Open your ears.
I think you can hear briefly how we sing, and you can comment if this is good or not, because we are desperately needing your input. I'm joking,
for
of
singing.
course.
But you
I'm
can
joking.
also tell
Anyway.
us if you want to hear the whole thing.
How wonderful life is while you're in the world.
That was fun, actually.
Anyway, this will come up later. We're gonna show this footage at some point in our thing. So yeah, subscribe and like us and follow us and so on. But what's also important is that this footage is actually just for us. We want to share things, because here this was actually my podcast in Slovenian language about personal growth, and she came to visit to me And this was a pretty cool moment for us. So yeah, this is just for us. Okay, let's continue. Maybe to more valuable things.
More to activism now.
Yes.
So this was an anti-fur action organized by Basel Animal Safe, an amazing organization in Switzerland, where we were in front of a big fur store in Basel, and we had basically the message that we'd rather go naked than wearing fur, because fur is just really out of date. It's not beautiful. It's just like terrible because animals have to die. And yeah, I mean, it was quite out of comfort zone for many girls. I'm a bit used to it, but I know for many they were shy and they didn't feel so comfortable. And so huge thank you for the people who go out of their like comfort zone for the animals, who do things that they really don't want normally. That really means a lot to me that people do this, and it was a very successful protest. It was with permit, by the way, but we had a lot of conversation in the streets, and it was really well organized.
We're going to also talk about this more in the future, because a lot of people, even vegans, are against this kind of approach. But let's just conclude that this is very effective because we get a lot of attention. So for what purpose and in which way, it's of course discussable, but we're going to talk about this as well, because it's important to talk, to discuss, not to just to trash.
And also maybe very quickly, one thing we will for sure talk more about, we're very big in personal growth, and like we will talk about getting out of comfort zone, becoming the person you want to be a better person.
Not just
yourself.
to get naked, of course, but
no, in
do
many
things.
ways, but do things that normally make you be stuck, because that's why we don't become better. And if you like to hear more about this, please subscribe and let us know.
Anyway, let's continue.
That was really a good protest.
Oh, this is Animal Rights March. I think it was in Zurich, and I got invited to do a speech where I spoke about the animals from my perspective, and of course I did some cool moves, as you can see here. But the point is, that I also wouldn't do this years ago because I was too afraid to speak up. I was too afraid to speak up in front of the people and so on. And this is not encouraging for the animals if you don't know how to get out of yourself, to do what's necessary and to speak up, because animals cannot speak for themselves. And of course, like Annie said before, we're going to talk about this a lot more, because I think it's very connected, veganism, activism, especially with personal growth. If you're strong, you can help others. If you're not strong, you cannot help many people as well.
Oh,
oof, this is
happy
something
moment.
Big what happened last year.
We got married. This is the 16th of April in Slovenia.
This is not an angel, this is an Anya flowing around.
And Anya, out of all the Anyas. So yeah, no, it was a wonderful moment. Also part of the documentary we were talking before. You see it's shot in a cinematic way, but it was wonderful to get married to the love of my life, and it's wonderful to have someone with whom you can fight for the animals.
And you can fight as well with someone at home about other things. But yeah.
But literally, honestly, this is such a blessing to be with someone who does these things with you, who goes to farms, who goes to the court, someone who is there when you have the speech in the school. Very, very valuable, and for sure one of the most beautiful days in my life, even though it was very stressful because, as we said, we filmed a documentary, and normally I've read enough to do during a wedding. I was never as tired as on this day.
Yeah, this is a different story. But the thing is, we did the documentary, and it looks everything perfect and nice and so on, but this is just actually 2 weeks after we did all the actions and all the things, most of the things that you're going to see in the documentary, which we're going to show a bit later. Later a bit more as well. But yeah, this was a beautiful day for sure. We wanted to share this. And we got invited to do this, to get an award for animals. Let's just hear this.
Is the Kailasa Oneness Award, and this award is conferred upon individuals who, through their work, promote peace, coexistence among all beings, including animals. And we would now like to introduce Mr.
However, we got some award. We're very happy about it. We're going to also do another video about this specifically because they are supporting people who want to make a change for the better world. And we also had some discussion about something that was not completely ethical, right? So we're going to actually put this thing out, but it was quite surprising that we got an award.
We did not expect that.
For Ahimsa.
Yeah, Ahimsa, non-violence.
Mate Glivar and Mrs. Anya Glivar from Slovenia.
We also did a speech. We're going to show this at some point. And now we get into the interesting part of the documentary, and this is already the footage you're going to see only in the documentary about our actions during, or let's say before the real wedding. What happened, Anya?
Yeah, I mean, what you saw before, like we saved animals in the night, and this was actually the pre-wedding night. So like we came home at 3 a.m. and we had to stand up again at 7, like to get ready to get married. But yeah, it was very rewarding to get those lives out of hell. And we do this for a documentary project where we won't tell you the title yet, but it is very, very interesting that we want to combine.
I'm sorry, at the beginning it was Marry for Peace. This was a working title, and it's still going to be something that we're going to use in the future, but the title for the documentary, for the movie that we're preparing, is going to be something completely new.
No, so yeah, and we did a lot of actions during the whole weekend. The whole movie is not only about that, but we for sure will use quite some of this. And you can see what we did, what else we did.
Oh, this is another save. Shaky footage, but it was dramatic. Let me tell you that it was dramatic. It was crazy, but we managed to save 4 sheep here, right?
Yeah, for lambs.
4 lambs, yeah.
Just after getting married, we went directly there, actually.
Just a second now. I think you're gonna yell now. Oh, out of happiness. No. Oh, I put this out. Hey, you know what? You're gonna see this later.
You will see it later, but for sure it was amazing to get those babies out. And then we went directly to Zurich, to a Cube of Truth. So it was a very packed day. It was so cold. It was like 1 degree. It was snow raining. We had the wedding garments. Oh my God. Thanks again for everyone who gave me their gloves and their coats. But I was never so cold in my entire life.
I was next day, but it was really cold.
And also, thanks for everyone who showed up. The weather was horrific. All the 35 people who signed in came. And we're so grateful for that. And they stood there for 3 hours, even though not many people were there.
In cold, in rain, in everything.
I could cry.
Oh, wow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This was so beautiful. Everyone supporting us, and many people I even didn't know personally. That was so beautiful. So.
We really appreciate people who really want to fight for the animals, who really understand why we are here. We're not talking about other topics, because many people are talking about 1,000 different things. We're here for the animals, and that's why we're really happy that you join us and you were part of this special project that's not only about us, for sure. And here, of course, the next day, when it was even colder, animals in the sanctuary, where we helped, where we did something for ourselves as well, to connect with animals, to understand them even better, and to see what we are working towards.
Yes, it was beautiful connecting with the animals a bit. We also had a talk from an ex-butcher who is vegan now. That for sure was also touching, and yeah, it was cold, but it was very great to be with free animals who get love, who are not harmed. It was a very, very cool day, actually. Yeah,
it is very rewarding, and of course you can really see what are we working on, because these animals are living in heaven, honestly.
Yeah, this goose was quite cool, actually. She was living
she's
her
not
best
anymore
life.
She's not anymore.
She still is, but
so see.
Oh yeah, here.
And this is one action that Tanya will say more about.
It was a very controversial action. We went to a Catholic church to protest against the violence that's committed to animals in Easter or for Easter. Here we have a dead lamb and a dead chicken who we found in farms, and we took them to show the faces of the animals. And actually this action was quite a lot in the media. Just like, even though this was in April, 2 months ago we had a journalist again at home who wanted to talk about this from the Catholic Church. So for sure we opened a big debate if it's like not hypocritical to say like peace, love, and all these things that are said in the Bible, but then later on to promote the killing of innocent beings.
Let's just say that we give them the mirror, because we didn't say much what they do wrong. We just show them what happens behind what the church is actually promoting, and that's why we actually want to disrupt people's mind, that they see the animals as well, because usually you go to the church, you go outside, you go to the store, you don't even think about the animals, but animals are there, and these violent acts of killing, torturing and so on, this is happening no matter what, even if you don't look at it, so this is...
Actually also Matej will go on Thursday to court because of this action, and another one, 3 activists have already been there. For me this will be in March, but we will face court for having been 4 minutes peacefully in a church and just showing the faces of the victims and trying to talk about it. So
yeah, but it was also a purpose, why we did do this, to get in the media as well, to talk about this, because people need to start thinking about things. If we learn anything from the history, is that we have to disrupt people's mind to make a change. Otherwise, the change is slower or maybe not even there. Good, let's continue. This was the thing from inside. You're gonna see way more, of course, in the documentary, but for now, a short sneak peek from the happening, and where I got arrested the second time for the animals.
Here, actually, Amate was arrested, and we went for actually the last part of this series of actions. In a way, we're not going to say much because we wanted to be to see it in the movie, what happened there. But honestly, this was one of the most emotional moments of the whole weekend. Of course, my new husband was not there, but yeah, we were with the animals, and it was very emotional, actually. And again, thank you for everyone who's been there. It was so special, and yeah.
Yeah.
This tree is still there, huh?
Yep. We should go again.
And now, to more happy things.
Yeah, let's just say that this is our wedding from Slovenia, like you said, saw before in the beginning. But this lady here is actually Anya's sister, actually his cousin, but you call her sister, right? Because you're so close together. And she, Anya, you can tell because it's your sister.
It was very funny. She, like in front of everyone, said that she saw our activism like for a while, that she is very touched by what we do, and she decided to go vegan. And I didn't understand what she means. I was just like, what? And Matej said she wants to go vegan, Anya. And then I was like, really, oh my God, that was amazing. But yeah, actually, just a long story short, she had breast cancer, and that's why she decided to eat mainly plant-based, because she read that this is healthier. And actually, she had some exceptions because it was not ethical motivated, but she said how much healthier she started to feel by adopting this kind of diet. And then later on, when she saw more and more what we were doing, she also did this for the animals and is now 100% vegan, which is very amazing.
Yeah. Oh, this is me dancing. I think it's important to show that I can dance, and of course Anya will hear that. And now we're getting to another part that is actually the last part of today. It's actually the food on our wedding. Everything on our wedding, as you see, was vegan. Even this steak. This steak is called Juicy Marbles. Go and check it out. This is like very huge company from Slovenia who is like really progressing now hard all over the world. And this is actually a steak that looks, tastes, and it has exactly the same texture as meat. And some people don't understand why vegans want this. Vegans want violent-free food, but we still want the amazing taste, which we got. And yeah, just check it out, Juicy Marbles. You can order this, make it at home, you can surprise someone and so on. Yeah, in any case, if we could do the wedding in meatless way, not just meatless, but also without dairy, without animal products at all, then you can live vegan for sure. So yeah, this is something for the end. But before we finish today's conversation, Anya, what is the wish, or what is going to happen in 2023 on our channel? What are we up to?
Well, there is a lot going on. So, of course, we will work towards the documentary, which is our biggest project, because we don't just want to release a documentary for some vegans and you will like it, and that's great. We want to make this for non-vegans, or not yet vegans, how we actually say, to touch them, to move the masses, and also to get on the biggest streaming services in order to get the message heard. So this is for sure our biggest project.
There's way more actually, because we already wrote a book that is going to come out in the next months. We are preparing this documentary, which is already half done, but it's still way more to do. And of course, we got people now on board that are going to be in the documentary as well as an interviewees or maybe reactional videos and so on. And we got quite cool people already, which we're very excited about. But we're still in the process of preparing the campaign for foundings, because you know this documentary is way more expensive than we thought at the beginning. When you start this kind of project, you think, okay, this is going to be that much, but then it's like so much more. In any case, we're going to be happy that you follow us, that you support us, that you are part of the project as well, because this is going to be happening for specific reason, for the animals, to make them heard, because as you know, animals can talk for themselves, but they're not heard. But people can connect, or usually more through us, because they can connect with us, and then we can maybe show them some things in the right context, and this is what we're doing. So this documentary is going to be for non-vegans, but of course we need your help and your support. Your support.
The support.
Thank you.
So, thank you so much for watching the video. Let us know in the comments what you think about our actions, about our projects, if you have any questions, and also like and share the video to spread the message. Check our new website, by the way, like Glivars.com, and see what we have prepared there.
We are going there, and we want you to go with us. And by the way, we want you to go with us in a good state, in an amazing state, with power, with self-confidence, because this is the only way how to help animals. Ciao.
Bye.